In this lesson we will be covering trigonometry. Our objective for this lesson is so that by the end of the lesson we are all able to use trigonometry to calculate the missing sides in a right angled triangle. So the keywords for this lesson are ratios, tan, cos and sin. So what I will do is I will go over two questions and then I will give you one to try, then I will go over it and then give you guys some questions to do on your own. So the first question, we have a triangle. We want to calculate the side x. The first thing we're going to do is identify whether we need to use trigonometry or Pythagoras. Well, as you can see in the question, we've been given a side and an angle. So we haven't been given two sides. When we haven't been given two sides, we know we need to use trigonometry. So let's first start off by labelling the triangle. This will always be your first step. So the longest side, which is opposite the right angle, will be your hypotenuse. The side that is in between the right angle and the angle given will be your adjacent, and then the side opposite the given angle will always be called the opposite. So that's how we label our triangle. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use SOHCAHTOA to calculate the missing side, but first we need to find the ratio that we will need. So let's write out my triangles. So these are the three triangles that you will need to write out for every question you do. Once the three triangles are drawn, we need to select the correct triangle. So we are working out the adjacent and we've been given the hypotenuse. So anywhere I see H and A, I will just cross it off. And as you can see, I've crossed off both A and H in this triangle, so we will be using the cos function. So let's write out the ratio. So cos theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Once I've got my ratio, I can insert the information from the question into the ratio. So cos theta, which is 25, equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Now what we have is we have a sort of equation. We want to work out the value of A. I can replace the H with 5 as I've been given 5 in the question. So what we're going to do is we want to work out A, so I need to take the 5 over to the other side by multiplying this side by 5 and multiplying this side by 5. That will help me get rid of the 5 at the bottom of the fraction. So in my calculator I will need to do cos 25 times by 5, and that will give me the value of A. So turn on your calculators. When you press cos, you'll notice it will automatically open up a bracket. You will press 25 inside the bracket and close it, and then multiply it by 5, and we get 4.53 as our answer to 2 decimal places. Right, I'm going to do the same thing for the second question. So the first step was always to label the triangle. So opposite the right angle is my hypotenuse. The side in between the angle given and the right angle is the adjacent, and the one opposite the given angle is the opposite. Again, we will need to draw out our three triangles. Insert SOHCAHTOA in the three triangles. So S-O-H, C-A-H, T-O-A. Now we need to select the triangle needed. So as you can see, we've been given the O, the opposite, and we are calculating the adjacent. So anywhere I see O and A, I will cross it off, and we will be using the tan function. So tan theta equals opposite over adjacent. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert my information into the ratio. So tan, the angle given is 31, the opposite is 4, and it is the adjacent that we are trying to work out. Now when we want to rearrange this equation, what we're going to do is we can move A onto the other side. It will get rid of the denominator for us. that will become tan 31 times by A equals 4. We want to work out A, so now I need to move the tan 31 onto the other side. So this will mean on the left hand side I'm left with A and 4 at the top and tan 31 at the bottom. The reason why the tan 31 will go at the bottom, because here it's times, tan 31 times A, and the opposite of times is divide. So I need to put in this into my calculator. So open up your fraction button first. 4 will go at the top, and then at the bottom we will need to insert tan 31. Remember to close your bracket, press equals. You end up with 6.66 to 2 decimal places. Okay, can you have a go at this question? I will give you, you can pause the video and then you can have a look at your answers. Okay, so what we should have got for this question is you should have first labelled the triangle. So that's my hypotenuse, my adjacent and my opposite. Then you should have had your 3 triangles. And then you need to select the correct triangle that you will need to find the missing side in this question. So we've been given the hypotenuse and we're calculating the A. So anywhere you see H and A, you will cross it off. And as you can see, we will be using the cos function. So write out the ratio, cos theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Let's insert the information from the question. Remember, theta means the angle. So cos 50 equals the adjacent, which is what we're trying to work out. So I can leave it as A, or you can put X, it's up to you. And the hypotenuse is given as 6. So this reads cos 50 equals adjacent divided by 6. We want the A on its own, so we need to multiply this side by 6. And because I'm multiplying the right by 6, I need to multiply the left by 6. So I need to do cos 50 times by 6. And that will give me the value of A. So let's insert that in my calculator. So cos, you will open the bracket, insert 50, close the bracket, times it by 6 equals 3.86 to 2 decimal places. So A equals 3.86 to 2 decimal places. Okay, so here's some questions for you guys to try on your own. Please have a go at the questions and upload your answers on class charts. Please pause this slide as I will be going over to the next slide. This is the big question. It's a really good question to do if you're in set 1 and set 2. Please have a go and also upload this on class charts.